What's up everybody, Smyers here. Today I want to show you how to make a Medusa style of Pluck. This is going to be great for that select style deep house, and I'm going to show you 3 different variations so that you can create something unique to fit your track. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. The 3 sounds that I'm going to make today are actually from my Serum preset pack, the Volume 2 edition. So I'll put a link down below for you to grab that if you do want to check out the rest of the sounds. Let's go ahead and start off with the initial preset here. That's what it sounds like, so let's turn down the octave. And I'm going to actually use the bipole harmonic wavetable. That's going to be found in this digital collection. I've seen a couple of people use this wavetable, and I think it works pretty well. So let's go ahead and raise up the unison to 7. And let's turn down, or let's just adjust the detune a bit, like that. And then I'm going to go to my oscillator B, turn that on, and let's go ahead and raise that up to, let's say 8. And we can adjust the detune a bit, turn down the level a tiny bit. And now let's go ahead and adjust our envelope 1 to give it a bit of a pluck style with a long release. And I can add some noise on here, so I can add the noise and go into analog. Let's do a white noise, bright white. And I'm going to use my LFO1 to control that. So let's assign LFO1 to the level here and adjust the modulation there. And turn this onto envelope and adjust the rate. Just so that happens at the beginning of the sound. Like that. Now let's go into our effects. So the effects, I'm going to go and add a compressor, and I'm going to add on the multi-band compressor. It's going to sound pretty bright. Now let's go ahead and add on a flanger, and I'm going to put that on after the compressor. So put the compressor up there, flanger. Let's turn down the depth. And that bright white noise might be a little too loud, but let's just go ahead and wait because I'm going to put on the chorus here. And the chorus, I'm actually going to turn the mix all the way up. And now it sounds pretty muffled. And that's because of this low pass filter. I don't know why they had this on automatically, but I'm going to adjust it. And that basically turns it off. But what I'm going to do is turn it all the way down and then use my envelope 1 to control it. And that'll give us that pluck sound. I'm going to adjust the depth here. And now we're starting to get a lot closer to that Medusa style of pluck. So let's go ahead and add on a delay. I like to do a 8th note, dotted 8th note. So click here to add that dot, just drag up. And then we can raise up the mix. Make it a pretty intense delay, so add the feedback, raise that up. And we can add on a bit of a filter, and then we can add on some reverb. And I'm adjusting the flanger there. And maybe I'll finish that off with an EQ, take off some of that low end, adjust the Q there. And I'm going to go to my voicing and make it mono. It's a bit quiet, so I could go back up to the compressor and add the gain up. And so that's going to be the basics of that Medusa style of pluck. And now from this sound, we can make some adjustments to give it some variation. So this is going to be the first sound. Now the second sound, I'm going to go back into the oscillator menu here, and let's go ahead and make some adjustments to this bipole harmonic. And I'm just raising up the wavetable position. And maybe I don't want all of that delay because on that first sound it was pretty intense. So I'm going to turn down that delay and maybe some of the reverb. Now I'll go back here, and for this oscillator B, I could leave it on this saw wave, or I could choose something else. We could do something random. Like, that sounds kind of cool. And I could add on a filter, put it on A, B, and also the noise. And I'm just making some adjustments to this oscillator B just to change up the sound a bit. It almost sounds like an 80s style of Pluck, so maybe I could do something like this. And that is that Take My Breath Away song. So I feel like that gives it a bit of an 80s style of vibe, a bit different style than that first sound. So that is a second variation. Now let's go on to a third variation. And so for this third variation, let's go ahead and go back to our effects here. And I'm going to turn off the low pass filter on this chorus. So remove all modulators. Now I can't hear anything, so let's go ahead and raise that low pass filter up. Turn down the mix. And let's go ahead and go back to this compressor and turn off the multiband. Now let's go back to the oscillator menu. Let's turn off the noise. And let's go ahead and just change this oscillator. Let's do something like saw rounded to square. And I could change my envelope 1 or assign it to the wavetable position so that it actually moves a bit. That's kind of cool. And I could just put this back to, let's go to basic shapes. I could change the unison. Maybe I'll just leave it at 8 for now. Let's go back to my effects, take off some of that delay and some of that reverb. And go back to this compressor. It's a bit intense. Maybe I don't want that flanger. And I can make some adjustments to my envelope 1. Just raising up the attack a bit because there was a bit of a click at the beginning. And now I have a softer style of Pluck. And I could adjust my cutoff, or I could even assign envelope 1 to my cutoff here. And maybe I'll just turn off the delay completely. Turn off the resonance there. And now that third sound almost sounds completely different from those first two. And so as you saw, I started off with that first style of Pluck, that first Medusa style of Pluck, which is going to sound basically like how Medusa has made some of their songs in the past. And then we had the second variation and now this third variation. So hopefully watching me go through these different variations will help you come up with something unique to your own track. So if you do want to grab these presets, I'll put a link down below to my Serum preset pack, and you can go ahead and check these out if you want to grab these along with a bunch of other really awesome presets. So if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give a like. And also, if you are not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel. And finally, if you are truly looking to improve your mixing skills, then check out my Modern Mix Academy. This is going to be a full all-in mixing course that I created that will help you make some of the best records of your life from the comfort of your own home. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.